Good morning. I'm having some technical problems today. So I'm trying to get it fixed up before we start the live. Good morning, Carolyn. Well, I see you. Oh, and there's Leslie. Well, we must be live. I'm just changing some of the stuff right now. It is public. Dollar Bead Box. Where are you, Dollar Bead Box? There you are. Hi, good morning. I've got some crap going on over here. Per the usual. Let's see if that works. Oh, craziness. Well, it's up and running. Which is good, I guess. I don't know. We're gonna have to do some stuff over here. Okay, anyways, I believe we are live, so that's good. I'm still in my pajamas because I've been messing around with this thing for an hour and a half. So, you know. Oh. So we're gonna have pajama beading day today. Good morning. It's pajama beading day. It's don't brush your hair day. It's like every day. No, I don't know. When I went to set up the live, like normally it'll like let me set it up and I can like, you know, do all my things. But it was like skipping screens, and then I had to restart my computer, and then my computer updated to version 11 and changed all my defaults on my like Google and everything. Who knows? I think it's a YouTube issue because I don't have problems with other websites. It's just YouTube where it's not like, maybe that's a feature that they're messing around with. They're adding lots of new features, and sometimes that can be problematic when they start messing around with everything. When they start writing the code. So I sent a message into them. We'll see if it gets fixed. If not, I guess we'll just have to figure it out from here. I don't know. I was texting Rosanna. I'm like, Rosanna, my stuff is broken. Freaking out. Over here freaking out. Okay. But I think we're good now. Good morning, everybody. What we got on here this morning? Carolyn, good morning. Good morning, Leslie. Good morning, Anita. Good morning, Zandra. Good morning, Sydney. And Dorothy, good morning. Oh, Dorothy, congratulations on your win yesterday. Good morning. Good morning, Sassy Pants. She says, good morning to the Squish and the Thunder Chatters. Good morning, Heather. How's it going over there? Recovery doings? Right? You had your surgery? Is that right? Is that what happened? I'm kind of behind times. I'm like really in it with the Christmas boxes. Trying to make sure everything goes to the right spot. Good morning. I'm in my pajamas. Well, good. There you go. We'll all be fitting in our pajamas today. Good morning, Jan. Good morning. Good morning. The swelling is better than the pre-surgery. Oh, well, that's good. Good morning, Kimmy. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, PK. Thought pants were optional and bras were forbidden. You're correct. You're correct, Beth. I watched the replay when I got home. Oh, yeah. Cool. Also, my live got cut off yesterday on the members only live, I think. I don't know. Like, I was just like hum-de-dum talking, and then I'm just like, oh, you guys aren't here anymore. Again, I don't know if that's a YouTube issue. So, anyway, that's a thing. And then it was really weird because I looked at it. So I like logged off and everything, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm just here talking to myself, I guess. And then this morning when I was messing around with stuff, I went in to look at the videos, and apparently it split that video into 2 videos. So one of the videos was an hour long and the other one was 6 minutes long, and I was like, what are we doing? What is happening? Technology. Technology's out to get me right now. I don't know what's happening. I'm doing good. I sent you a text about disposable hospital gowns. They suck. Buy your own for when the squish is born. Jefferson got me a birthing gown for when the squish is born. He got me like a little set from the what are they called? Kinderly Bravely people or whatever for the bag. So that was nice. Yeah. PK says Black Friday week starts today on Amazon. I'm getting my mom a new Kindle Scribe. It has large font option. Oh. Christmas shopping. And that's the last thing. And that's the last thing you have to get, PK? I don't even know what we're doing for Christmas. Oh, yeah, I do. Griffin called. If y'all don't know, that's Jeff's brother. Griffin called yesterday to shoot the shit, and he was talking for like an hour, which he never does. I was like, are you okay? And he said, I saw a picture of you on the internet, and you look real pregnant. I figured I better call. I was like, okay. That's an odd thing, but okay. So he was getting all the information. So we're gonna go to my great aunt's for Thanksgiving, which I will not be here on Thanksgiving. No morning coffee. I do believe I am going to try to do a morning coffee on Black Friday. People might be busy. They might be going out to Black Friday. They might be shopping online to go Black Friday, but I figured we could like have a little coffee, you know? Y'all want to have coffee? We don't have to. We could just sleep in. You let me know what you want to do. Anyway, so I was talking to Griffin, and then I was telling him we're gonna go for Christmas to their grandma's. So he was saying, oh good, because I got you guys something for the kitchen and I want to know if silver or black is better. And I said, probably silver. I don't know, I'm getting a new kitchen. He was like, oh, okay. I haven't even started Christmas shopping, but then monetary issues. Well, yeah, that's why I was like, I don't even know that we're going to get anything for anybody this year. I think we might maybe do just a household gift. Like we're going to go to Jeff's grandma's, so maybe we bring like a household gift, like a big like a tray of food, or I don't know. They always have all the food, so I don't know. Maybe drinks, sodas for everybody, or something like that. Not necessarily just like individual gifts for everybody. Plus Jeff has a lot of people. Jeff has like 20 cousins that are like there every year. So he has like a lot of people too. I have like 20 siblings. He has like 20 cousins. So, but I mean, it's not too terribly hard because like I could just whip some things up, That's how I feel about it. I just whip up some things. I better get to whipping. I was not prepared for this. I don't know. I'm just like, Good morning, everybody. Works for me. My 3-day show starts on Black Friday at 10 a.m. I work and I watch. I will be sitting in the cabin by the lake in New Jersey. Oh, what? That sounds lovely. Good morning. Yes, the morning coffee. Okay. It sounds like a lot of people want to do the morning coffee, so we'll do that. I had to order some blinds for my new kitchen door. Oh, only $20. That's not bad, Dorothy. He's very sweet. Yes, the Jefferson is sweet. The Jefferson made me chicken and rice last night. So I made chicken and rice the day before. Remember I was telling you about my really cool chicken and rice I made, about it had mangoes and the whole bit, remember? So he made chicken and rice yesterday, and his was way better than mine. It had avocados and cucumbers and what else is in there? Peppers, I don't know, all kinds of things. It was like kind of like a poke bowl almost, which is lovely. So yeah, you're only shopping for the children. The adults can get their own. Well, after the birthday doings, I ain't doing nothing for nobody. I'm like, y'all are on your own. Falling out with the cousins. Just like, that's okay. I don't need all that going on. Just keep my money. You can keep your text messages. Thinking of doing Black Friday sale Wednesday night. That way it doesn't get lost in the larger beady streams. Oh, that's a pretty good idea, Heather. In past times, what I've done is I just started on Black Friday and then I just leave mine run like over the weekend. Because it's like Black Friday, it's supposed to be Small Business Saturday and Cyber Monday, which technically would be, that's us, Cyber Monday, so it's supposed to be for like online doings. So I'll probably just leave mine up. Sorry. Just talking. But yeah, I'll probably just leave mine up. But like I said, I'm just going to do a code. If you missed this, I'm just going to do a code this year. I never usually do a code. I go through every item and I price it down and whatever, but I don't have the bandwidth to do that this year, so I'm just going to use a code. Now, people have said that they can't do the code. They have trouble with the code, which is why we never did it. But this will just make it super easy. It will also make it significantly better for you guys because I'm just going to do a 50% off code. That's it. I ain't messing around with no other numbers. I got to move. We got to get rid of these beads because I got to move. Which, by the way, I think that I am going to be moving. They said, if all works out, that they're going to close on the 15th, and Jeff wants to move on Christmas week. So, yeah, you'll have $10 to shop with. If anything, Dorothy, yeah, you got your Black Friday money. If 50% off, that's technically like $20. Girl math. Yeah, so I'm just going to do a code. I'll email it to you. I'll put it all over the place so everybody knows about it. The thing is that normally when we don't have people who order from the site, like I'm going to try to put it on the front of the site because then if it's not on the front of the site, it doesn't really look like anything's on sale. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't have like sale. You know how normally when we do the sale stuff, it has like red. It's like a little red thing. It says sale on it. And then it'll tell you like how much it is with the sale. Well, I do all of that in the back end, but I'm not going to do that this year because I just don't have the time or the energy or the ability to do that. So we're just going to do a coupon. Yeah. Plus, I figure it's Christmas. Things are kind of crazy right now. I don't know, so it's fine. Anywho, we're working on our stuff from yesterday here. These are Dollar Bead Box. I just really wanted to make this little necklace. So that's what I'm going to do. Good morning. Yeah, so that's going to be our Christmas situation. So, I'm still in debate. Is this a necklace or is this a bracelet? I think it's going to be a necklace because I just want to make it a necklace. Do I? Is that what I want? I don't know what I want. I said it was going to be a necklace in this video. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll make it a necklace. Let's wire wrap it. I want to do copper. I'm in a coppery mood. I don't know why. I just am. I'm in a coppery mood. We're going to use some soft flex craft wire in 22 gauge. Good morning. The companion bundle is out for delivery. Oh my. Yeah, I've only got three or two Christmas boxes left to pack up this morning. I've got about 4 orders I got to pack up, and then I'm going to head to the post office, and then I'm going to swing over to my post and I'm going to get my mail because I think I got quite a lot of things over there. The weather, it was dry. Oh, it's still old Susanna. Hope your internet is good at your new location. Yeah, me too. So I'm just going to create a little head pin for this. To do that, I'm going to make sure there's no wire on this side. And then we're just going to start twirling. 1, 2. Boop. Bring it out straight. Take it off of there. Flip it over. And then we're going to run this back up through the top. And we're going to create a little nest down here. And then I'm just gonna straighten that out. And then I'm gonna tuck in the tail a little bit, just so I don't bite nobody. This is what it looks like. It's like a little rosette. I call it a nest. I try to get it like straightened out so like it looks like the little wires coming out of the middle. And then put this on there. You missed the companion bundle. By the time I thought about it, it was all gone. Well, I got yours ready to go today, Beth. So now, do I want to just stack these on top of each other? I do. I think I gotta put a little spacer in there. I just want to use like maybe one of these pearls or something. A little one. Ooh. Purples all over the place. Oh. Are you gonna fit on here? Kinda little. Good morning, beady people. Good morning, Gloria. Heather made a great head pin on her live the other day. It was very cool. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go like that. I've got a lot of excess because I'm thinking I might do some hoopla on the top. I'm also debating, am I going to make like a large loop up here so it can go across all the beads, or am I going to make it little? Or am I going to make it little and then have it go with... Am I going to have it go and use a jump ring? Dotty dotty. Talking to myself. I think I'll make it little. Yeah. I mean, kind of little. I'm going to go back a little ways over here on this guy. I don't like that. I was going to go around, and then I decided against it in the middle of the stream. That's going to make a little curly cue. I think is what I gotta do. This is probably a little bit excessive, but here we are. Okay, so when making curly cues, we learned in spirally things, we learned in the missing link, you have to move the wire, not the plier, in order to get it to kind of be a little more circular. That makes sense. I also don't want this to be like excessive. It's already excessive. I knew it kind of would be, but that's okay because I don't want it to be too big versus the flower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this I'm going to go around and around and around and around until we're back up in the front. Now this guy, he's got to turn sideways. So I can still get through there with my wire. It looks a little funky this way, but once it's on, you shouldn't be able to really see it, because you'll just be looking at it from the front and it'll look like this. Yeah? Cute. I think it's cute. Yes, move the wire, not the plier. You got it, lady. That's kind of what it looks like. And you can just kind of push it in with your thumb. I am going to tighten this up. Not too much, because I really like the way it is. I'm going to tighten this up down here, just so it can't, so we're not spinning too much. There we go. Oh, look how cute he is. I like that. That's cute. All right, and then we're on to just doing the necklace portion. And you know what? These two, I think I'm just gonna mix them together for funsies. For funsies, for funsies, for funsies. Have some pearls in there. And then these guys, whoop, let's go flying all over. I like that the loop is hidden. Perfect for pendants. Yeah, I think it's cute. I do think I might want to maybe look for some little copper something or others to put in here, just because I like copper right now. So I might do that. I'm going to split these to the side for each side. These I don't particularly care about too much, but these ones I'm going to split. Make sure I have enough for each side. And these little red guys as well. And then I'm gonna look in the little drawer over here to see if we got some kind of something. Some little something. We might need this. This is like our lobster claws and whatnot. Excuse me. Oh wait, here's something. Arguably, these are a little more rose gold in my opinion, but I think these are from Bargain Bead Box? I think they are from Bargain Bead Box. Because I think I ordered them from there. And then also, there's these little hooplas. Kind of cute. Maybe we use a couple of those for earrings. I was just going to do stringing, and I don't really want to mess around with a whole bunch of things, so I'm not going to put them in the necklace or anything. But they're cute. Honestly, I don't know where them are from. See, now, if I was to have made this into a bracelet, I probably would have used this little ring, because I like to incorporate a little ring. This is a brushed copper ring. But since I'm not doing that, I won't worry about it. Oh, we got some sparkly bits. I don't know if we need sparkly bits. And then I think maybe just a lobster claw for the end. You just got 2 advertisements. Oh no. Oh no, not the hoopla. Yeah. I'll be messing around with the hoopla. It's too early and none of us are wearing pants, okay? Jeepers. Bargain Bead Box is where those are from. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I think we got some of these in the past. I think I used them, and then I think I ordered them because I needed some for something I was making. But I also really like them. They are kind of an off color, but I mean, once you get it in there, I don't think it's really going to matter too much. Or maybe I just ordered them because I don't have a lot of coppery, copper colored spacer business. I got this little thing. Maybe I'll use it since we're supposed to be a vintagey type. Yeah? Okay. Alright, I think we're all ready. We just gotta get ourselves some stringing wire. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Let's see. What else happened yesterday? Anything good? Didn't hear anything from Jesse. Didn't hear nothing from Jeff while he was at work. Dun, dun, dun. I was just working yesterday. I guess I heard from Griffin and I heard from Melissa. That's pretty much it. Now, I thought I had some... What's this? That's butterscotch. I don't know how I feel about butterscotch. I feel like I'm leaning way over. Copper. Okay, I was not crazy. I knew I had something. I was thinking either this or white, but maybe I don't. I do have white. White onyx. White quartz. What do you guys think? Copper? Rose gold. And frankly, rose gold is subjective. Combo of copper and gold. The last puppy is getting picked up today. Oh. I mean, I think I kind of like the white, honestly. I think I'm going to go with the white. And I don't know if these two are really, well, I guess they are a little different. I do like these metallic colors. I use them a lot. I find like when I'm doing stuff that I do reach for them a lot. So I probably should get some more of those. Looks like I'm running kind of low. But I am going to go with the white because I just think this particular situation is going to be good. Alrighty. So... that seems good. No, I don't measure things. Sorry. Oh, I did get a notification. Remember I was talking yesterday? I did get a notification that that book I ordered is at the post office. I don't even remember what the name of the book is now, but I remember I ordered a book and I was like, where's my book? What's going on? What is going on? Alright, so I think I'm just going to start in the middle with our little pendant. And I'm going to work my way out. Oh, I might have been slightly excessive with my stringing, but okay. Yeah, that is a good idea if you can manage it, Kim, but since I like to start in the middle, I can't really do that. If you planned things out and measured things and counted your beads and knew what you were doing in your life, you'd probably be okay. I am not that person. It's not me. Okay, let's get a little pattern going here. I better get my, I just go with how I feel when I feel it, when I'm feeling it, you know, and that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Okay, I'm just going to do a little bit on this side and see what I like, because this is getting in the way. And we love that. Yeah. So I think I'll do a pearl. I was not going to do a pattern, and now I guess that has changed. This little red guy. Oh, that's quite cute. I quite enjoy that. Now I wonder how these guys are going to look in here. They're significantly larger, but maybe I'll hit it with this guy. Oh, that's not bad. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it is. It's pretty good, actually. Okay, so now I'll start here and do this part again. Kind of looks tapered up, you know? Big one and a little pearl. These little pearls are quite cute. They are check and they are painted, or they have like the painted dipped business on them or whatever. So one side doesn't have the little, I don't know if you guys can see that little hoopla on the end. So I try to go in the other side because it just makes it easier. She said as she struggled to get it through the hole. And we only have 3 of these for each side, so should be good to go. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like it. Let me do the other side. I'm liking it. I think it was a good choice with the little spiral to cover up the loop. I've just been getting sick of loops recently. I don't know. I don't really like to use bails unless they're like closed bails, and then I don't really care for the V bails because I feel like they always get in the way because I'm picky about my bails. So I think this is a good alternative. My personal opinion. I can't work from the end for the same reason. I just design as I go. Yeah. I leave my wire on the spool and I start at the middle and I decide how I want the one side to look, and then I switch if I need to. Oh, I see. So you still got it on the spool, but you just work on the one side. Yeah. I really like to look at both sides as I go to make my decisions, which I don't know if maybe that's weird. Maybe that's just how my brain is. Because sometimes I can't really see it until I see it, you know? Can't see it till I'm looking at it, you know, that kind of thing. So, yeah. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's not too serious. It's just beading. It's just a little beading, you know? That's how I feel. Although, arguably, some of these gals be getting real serious about their beading. I'm just like, well, hopefully it works today. Might have to move that over a little bit. It's kind of bothering me. That is very pretty. Yeah, it's a very pretty combo, I think, which is interesting because I am not a red person. I mean, which is odd because I always buy red glasses and I wear red lipstick. I haven't recently because, you know, I don't know, I'm in some kind of weird funk over here. But for the most part, I generally always wear red lipstick and I have red glasses, but I'm not really a red person, which is kind of odd. I get the glasses to match the lips because I always have red lips because I like red lips. I think they're fun. I highly recommend it. If you're not a red lip person, just get yourself a matte liquid lipstick, the kind that's not going to go all over your face, and just give it a whirl one day. Just change your attitude. Yep, just give it a whirl. Just bright as red as you could go. Candy apple red. And don't say, "Oh, I could never do that." You can. You're just choosing not to. You can do it. All right. Yeah, we're looking good. I am digging it. Now, eventually, we're going to run out of these little red guys, which is fine. Dun, dun, dun. I see it, but I can't see it until I really see it. Right, Dorothy? Why are copper findings so expensive? Most findings have copper base, so I'd save them extra work, right? Or is it too logical for big commerce? 100 copper head pins is more than enough for 1,000 copper-based gold head pins. Are they copper or are they brass? I always thought they were like brass. Are they not brass? Sometimes I guess they could be copper or brass. I don't know. Don't leave the house without your lipsticks and your earrings. Yeah, that sounds like a good advice. Pretty steady advice. I may not have a lot going on, but I do have lipstick and earrings. That's true. I got that. Okay, so I got one of these left for each side, and then we might have to change it up, you know? I think that's one of the reasons I don't really have a lot of problems with the Dollar Bead Box. Oftentimes I will hear people say like, "Oh, I wish we got more beads," or "I wish we got, larger quantities so then I can make my thing." But like in this particular situation, and in most situations, it doesn't bother me to like change it up in the middle of the stream, like change the pattern or not go all the way to the top with the pattern or whatever. That just doesn't bother me. I could see where it would bother some people if like they're really into patterns and stuff. Nope, they're usually copper. Well, then I don't know why it's going crazy with the... I don't know. I don't know why copper is so much more expensive. But I think they kind of go in streaks, too, because, like, remember a while back when gold was super popular and then everything gold was so expensive? Even though it wasn't even real gold, or maybe it wasn't even, like, plated gold. It's just, if it was gold of any kind, it was more expensive. I think that's just, what is that? Supply and demand stuff. Okay, so here I'm over here now. I gotta go this way. My pattern can change midway at any time. Yeah, switch the patterns up. Yeah, but it does. It bothers some people. They can't. They don't like that. Not us guys, apparently. We don't mind. Oh. It's Lowrider. All my friends. Can't sing it because we'll get in trouble. Alright. So we are here. And Alright, so now I'm out of the little red saucers as of right this moment. So a couple of options. Would be, we have a few of these golds left. We could just skip the saucer, continue with the gold with this little spacey bits, and then eventually up towards the top just continue on with just these. Or we could do a color blocking situation here and just put all these right here, boom, 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 color block it, and then do these up the top. I'm thinking I might want to just skip the red and go with this for now, because I think that'll make like the taper more cool. Options. Where are the options? All of a sudden my brain sees another design. Yeah, right? We're going to call that a design choice. Understand the bare bronze findings are more expensive as the demand is lower but copper, really, which is why I'm trying to come up with my own findings. Dorothy knows the song. She's singing it. Low carried babies are still girls. I don't remove what I've done. I just make it asymmetrical. Oh yeah, that's a good plan. Oh, we going to the doctor, Cynthia? Okay. Good luck to you. Just replace the words in the tune. I can't think that fast. I'm not that smart. Okay, so if that's the case over here, I'm gonna go instead skip this red one and I'm just gonna go straight into this gold and continue on with my same pattern that we've been doing. Can't get it out of my head. I'm thinking about what I should bring to the aunt. I'm also thinking about what I should bring to my aunt's Thanksgiving. I'm sure Jeff's gonna say we should bring like something cooked, and I'm just over here like, why don't we just like pick up a pumpkin pie? Wouldn't that sound easier for everybody? They always have so much food anyways. I think my Aunt Dixie said she was gonna smoke something. She's always smoking things in her smoker. I'm gonna do one more and then switch to the other side. Yeah, and maybe drinks. I think maybe we should just bring drinks because there never seems to be enough drinks for people. Well, mostly the people who don't drink beer. Rephrase that. No, it'll be different this year for sure. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. And then I think these little copper spacers are really pulling it together, honestly, if you ask me. I think they are. Okay. So if it's going down, eventually we're going to run out of these, and then we'll just have this part up at the top, just repeated. I think that's good. I'm kind of digging that. You guys are having a thunderstorm? Pecan pie. Ooh, I love pecan pie. It's one of my favorite pies, although it is quite rich and kind of might make my stomach upset. Bring a fun punch with the juice. Thunderstorms in Africa. Are they crazy? And if Randy wants to get a pie, you should buy it. Yeah. My husband always sang the Low Rider song. Heather's like, I got this. Let me put some words in here. You guys, they can say a lot of stuff about us, but we're fun. I don't care. We're fun people. It's fun over here. Okay. Okay, so I got one left of those. Move into that. Yeah. Okay. I'd be in the right box, Randy. I do like that when they give the little bag of these fire polish, that they always usually give at least two that are the same. So like these guys and then these guys are the same color, so that's always helpful. I like that they do that. They usually only do it with like maybe one or two colors, but pretty much always get at least one that matches in a 4 and a 3. So that's pretty good, I think. Because then you can make cool things. Okay, and then this is the last red disc on this side. I've been listening to Christmas music on my Spotify, and I seen this morning, why do I keep shedding? All my hair is falling out. I seen this morning they like made up a bunch of different little playlists. If you have Spotify, like if you listen to things enough, it'll make up like little playlists for you. So now it's coming up with all these different playlists of Christmas music, which honestly I'm happy about, because I feel like I've been listening to the same 8 Christmas songs for like 3 weeks. It's like, okay. That Mariah Carey song, about ready to drive me insane. Okay, so now I'm out of red saucers, so I'm going just with the gold. Do 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 do. Eight tracks in the stereo in my car. You guys are gonna make a hit? Okay. Do do do. Griffin did offer to come down and help us move, which was nice. His birthday is the day after Christmas, so I figured he'd be on some trip. He usually goes on big trips. But he said, he's like, oh yeah, I'll come help you move. And I was like, well, I think we're probably going to, like, rent a U-Haul and then just, like, hire movers, because I'm not going to be any good. I'm not going to be any helpful business. And you know, if you don't know, when we move is the only time me and Jeff ever fight. So, I'm just going to try to stay far away from all that. We fought quite a lot on the way over here. I'll tell you that much for free. Randy, look. I'm looking. I love your necklace. Thank you. You just sit and point at things. Love All I Want for Christmas on my playlist this year. Boston and Kansas. The Eagles. What? Are these bands? Was your offer accepted? Oh, on the house? Or on the trailer? I want to say yes. We kind of got a funny little guy who's working with us. But as far as I know, Jeff got the pre-approval letter and for the loan, and as far as I know, it's been accepted. And we're just moving forward with our stuff. We still have to do an application for the park because you have to get accepted by the park, which I think is crazy because I told that to Jesse yesterday, he's the agent, and I was like, well, we want to do our, before we sign any papers or anything, like we want to get approved by the park because we also have Lily, and like you have to get your animals approved and stuff like that. And so I was like, I want to make sure all that's good before we start moving forward and signing paperwork and whatnot. And he's like, oh yeah, well you guys will be accepted, it's fine. And I'm like, for all you know, we could be felons. You don't know. Like, you know, I mean, we're not, but we could be. So I'm like, we probably just better just start our process because they do like a background check and stuff, and they make sure you're not a sex offender, and they do all that. And they make sure you don't have like dangerous animals and whatever. So which we don't have any of that, but thought you were buying land. I've missed something. Oh yes, Heather, what you've missed is the land that is not even a whole acre. Well, I guess it's 1 acre. 1 acre of land is $100,000. That is a real number. I'm not making that up. So it's $52,000 for the acre, and then to put the sewer on and the driveway on, it's an additional $45,000. So technically $100,000, and then that's not even including the house. So we found a park that has where the trailer's already on it, and we didn't really want to pay for park rent, lot rent, but up here, unless you want to pay $100,000 for an acre, which I do not, that's what you got to do. Because Las Vegas and Kentucky came up here and bought everything during the oil boom. They bought all the trailer parks in Bismarck, and they also bought, make sure I'm not messing up, boom, boom, boom. They also bought all of the land that is already like zoned for mobile homes. So that's what they did. So here we are. It's fine. Because it probably won't be forever. I don't know. But right now, we gotta be somewhere for the squish. Oh yeah, I like that. Sorry, missing all your comments. Congratulations. Just let the men do all that. Yeah, I'm like, we'll just hire somebody. But the thing is I have to pack it into the tubs because Jeff will be working. He'll help me when he gets home, but he'll be working. You'll have enough to handle just organizing your office and your beads. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can see. Let me see if I can show you. Can you see over there? Yeah. So that is that's the inventory. So that's everything that's listed on the website. So all those things are numbered, and they need to stay organized. So I have that going on. So I'll have to pack that. And then like all my other things and stuff. But most importantly, like that, because when that gets unorganized, dear Lord, save us all. They charge you to check you out. The land was stupidly expensive. I missed something. Congratulations. Yeah, so that's the situation with the land. The land is just really, it's just overpriced. But this is oil field country, so it's just the way it is. I love this. I might have to play with my Dollar Bead Box. Yeah, isn't it cute? I mean, obviously I'm not done, but I am liking the way we're going. And I mean, I'm up here pretty far already. I probably only need a couple more inches on each side. And I do still have, well, one over here, and these, because it's not even, because I got more on this side. And then once we're done with that, we'll just do just these little guys, you know, so just this portion up the top. And I think that'll be cute. It'll look like the whole thing is tapered. It just happened to work out that way. But I am happy with it. I will probably finish this up at my leisure. Maybe I'll show it to you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. Yeah, tomorrow is Friday. So, I wanted to see if I could get maybe one more bargain bead box project done. So I'll probably finish this up on my own and then show it to you. But I do like the little spiral. It was a cute razzle dazzle. I think like the little beaded chain portion. I mean, these beads are not too big and chunky. They're pretty little. I think it's cute. I like it. Love this. I may have to play with my Dollar Bead Box. Yeah, highly recommend. Running plumbing and electrical takes quite an expense. Yeah, so, oh, that was the other thing. So they have plumbing and electrical out on this land, but it's at the road. So then you have to run it from the road to your house, which is like an additional $10,000. Yeah. How you live and who you live will make you happy. Yes. Oh, thank you for sharing the website, PK. Make the outside of your packed boxes well. Mark the outside of your packed boxes well. Yes. I love this necklace. Things are likely to get more expensive up here. Rumors are another oil boom are flying. Oh yeah, they're always flying. I mean, if there is another oil boom, I mean, it'll be good, I guess, for, I don't know, the country. So because I grew up here, and I grew up here in like a little tiny town, so I grew up in that town because that's where just my grandpa and all them are from. But my grandpa worked in one of the first oil booms in the 70s, right? And that's what he did a lot of. So before that, he did logging in Montana. So they lived in Montana for a while. But anyway, so we grew up there. And then, so it's like country, and they did like farming and stuff. And then like the bigger the oil booms get, the more like outside people come in, which is fine. But generally, it's a lot of like, we want to get rich quick people. And that doesn't make for a very good time most of the time. And they're people from like bigger places, or they're from other places, and they're just like, oh, we're going to go work in the oil field. And they don't realize like, it's 35 below here. And they're from like the South. It makes for a lot of things. Like there's a lot of weird, crazy dynamics. When this last oil boom came down, there was like a huge boom in prostitution. I don't know how many prostitution rings got busted up here. Even in my small little tiny hometown, right outside of there in Grassy Butte, literally has a population of like, I don't know, not 1,000 people, maybe like 400 people. They had a prostitution ring running out of there, out of the church. So like, it causes a lot of things. It brings a lot of drugs, lots of drugs, so many drugs. Yeah, so that's a thing that happens. So it's like, yeah. And then there's a lot of people, and then the crime rates go up, and then just like now maybe they're a little more prepared for it, but like prior to this, like when they were just like, when the boom just hit a few years ago, like 10 years ago or whatever it's been now, 12 years ago, they didn't have enough policing. They didn't have enough like for all these people who were like coming in, and it was really problematic. It was like the wild, wild west out here. Yeah. So it does scare me a little bit, because the North Dakota rape rates, like, they quadrupled, I think, in 2012, and they've only been climbing. And that happens because most of the people who work in the oil boom are men, right? So there's like 5 times as many men in North Dakota as there's women. It's just always, it's like a thing. Like, they snatch people out of the Walmart parking lot all the time. And then the reservations really struggle a lot because the laws are different on the res. So the res gets overrun with a lot of like drug and sex trafficking. That's like a big problem. There was numerous murders on my reservation that clearly were all committed by the same people because they all had the same MO. Yeah, so I mean, like, there's a lot of problems that come along with the oil field, but they like the oil field because the oil field makes money. The oil field creates jobs. The oil field, creates, there's like tons of money. Like, people have mineral rights, and so people who've never had money before, this is another issue. People who've never had money before, if they get an oil rig drilled on their land and they have all the mineral rights, they're like overnight millionaires. And when you give money to people who've never had money before and they're not educated, it's a problem. I know this because it happened to my mother. My mom has oil money, and it caused severe family rifts between her and her sister. They don't even talk anymore. So there's a lot going on with it. It makes for like a bigger booming economy and everything, but then all the prices just go up. Like milk and stuff, and the cost of living, it just goes up. Which is kind of what happened in this situation with like these people came in and bought all these trailer parks. Because in essence, it's like a monopoly, because there's the two companies who own them, and now they're charging $800 a month for lot rent. When lot rent should be like what, between $300 and $500, and they're not doing anything for the people who are on the lots. They normally sometimes they'll pay like water or trash, or water and trash and garbage, and as part of your something you get with your lot rent. And they're not doing that because these are quick money people who came from Las Vegas and Kentucky who are like, oh, we don't want to miss out on this money opportunity. And so now they have all the land so they can charge whatever they want. The local people who've lived here, and because my aunt owns a restaurant here, we've owned it for, 25 years. It's good for them because it brings in a lot of money, and it creates a lot of business, which is good. But then, like, milk's like $8, so I don't know. I have a lot of feelings about the oil field. I have a lot of feelings about it. Mostly just because it really changed, not that change is bad, but it, really changed, our hometown and, the people. I go home to my hometown where I grew up, went to high school my whole life. I don't know anybody there at all. Nobody. You walk down the street, and, you don't know anybody. Go to the grocery store, not a single person. I have no idea who these people are. And it's, it never used to be like that, it used to be, smaller communities and stuff. But, that's just something that happens with, over time, too. It's going to happen, so. It happens in other places, when they have oil stuff and when they have, whatever their big thing is, tourism, they were just talking about in Montana. They were talking about in Bowman, how, Bowman's, blowing up with all these people who are moving from, California. And that's happening because of the success of the show of Yellowstone, which I thought was crazy town. Isn't that crazy? Well, y'all live over there in the Montana, We always have girls disappearing off the reservations here in Montana. Yeah, it's a big problem. One of the major problems with it is that when girls get snatched off the res, the outside police don't do anything about it. It's ridiculous. And so ridiculous to when there was one girl who went missing recently, and first of all, if you even hear about it, it's because you didn't hear about it on a national news thing. You heard about it on Facebook or something. And they supposedly went and searched this area. She was at a rest stop. They supposedly searched the whole area, 5 miles around the rest stop, do the grid, right? And they never found her. And then 2 weeks later, they found her 300 feet from the door of the rest stop. I'm like, that's interesting. She's dead, obviously. So, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of things. Bozeman. In Billings, too. Crazy thing is, Yellowstone was filmed in Darby, in Bitterroot Valley. Yeah, I don't know what the thing is with Bozeman. I bet you the oil workers' wives are bored. You could do classes. I don't think they're bored. Things are likely to get more expensive. Lots of small towns are less expensive. That is not the case in oil country. Small towns in oil country are very, very expensive. Yeah, like my little tiny hometown that I grew up in is one of the most expensive places because it's in the middle of the Bakken, which is the main part of the oil field. And they just do it because they can, because they know these guys are making a lot of money, and so they just hike up all the prices. Like rent in Watford City is like $2,000 for a 1-bedroom apartment. And it's like this little tiny hole in the wall town in the middle of North Dakota where I grew up, went to high school. Yeah, it's crazy. They don't even have a Walmart. Like, they just recently got a big grocery store, like a chain grocery store. But yeah, they're charging $2,000 and up for rent. It's insane. This is the gateway to the sky country. Lots of celebrities come here in Bozeman. Yeah, I heard they're all moving from California. Who was telling me that? I have a friend who lives over there. She's a YouTuber too. And she was like, she moved there from New York, which I thought was funny because she just like up and moved and just moved to Montana. She wanted to get out of the city, right? And you know how that goes. It's kind of funny. But she's adapted now. But it's like, she's mad. She's like, oh, these people are moving here from California and don't even know anything. And I'm like, oh yeah, remember when you moved from New York? Like, this is funny. It is a huge problem on reservations in North Dakota too. Yeah, it is. It's a very huge problem. But arguably, the biggest problem, like with the missing and murdered Indigenous women situation, is in Alaska. Alaska has the highest rates of rape, incest, and missing women, and obviously sold into sex trafficking in the entire United States. And they do nothing about it. There was a show on, it got canceled, which I thought was very interesting. It was really good. It was about, I don't remember the name of it. It was only had like 1 season or something, or maybe 2 seasons, and it was about Alaska, and it was about a newspaper, like newspaper people who were like reporting on these like missing women situation, and like they were just reporting on issues that happened in Alaska. And it was kind of like to shine a light on these things that happen in Alaska, and they killed the show. It was really good too, and it had good actors and actresses. It had Hilary Swank in it. She was like the lead character. It was crazy. They bring their problems from California. Yeah. That's one of the reasons we left Billings. A 2-bedroom apartment was $1,800 a month plus. Yeah. It was Hilary Swank, and it was very good. Yes, Sharon. I don't remember the name of the show, but it was very good. And they pulled it. And I'm like, did they pull it because it was shining too much light on these issues? Because it talked about like environmental issues that happen with women, how like the reservations and in essence, the white cops were like not providing the same services and having like racial issues going on, just problems with like land ownership, and then like how easy it is to get away with murder in Alaska because of all the ways, like places to stash bodies. It's so vast. It was crazy. They were talking about how people were buying, because there is a lot of oil also up there in certain areas, and they were buying like the media outlets, and they bought the newspaper so that, and then the newspaper wasn't allowed to report on such and such issues. And this was a TV show, it wasn't real, but they were kind of being like, these are all the issues that are going on in Alaska. Alaska Daily. Yes, that's what it's called, PK. It was an informative show. Yes. And I'm like, why would they pull the plug on it? It had good actors. The acting was good. It had a lot of really good content. But I mean, there must be a reason, right? They did that up here, not as a show, not as like a TV show. They did like a documentary type of show where they were following around like rig workers up here a while back, like when the boom was going on. And the only reason I know about that is because a girl from my hometown, she's always kind of been like a folk singer. Her name is Jessie Veeder, and she's been putting CDs out since we were in high school. She's like a couple of years older than me. She lives in Keene. And she had a big hit with this show. She wrote the song Oil Boom Boom Town. She wrote and sang that song, and they did a video. And then once the video got out, these people contacted her, and they came up here and they were doing like a documentary series on like my hometown and like following rig workers around and all this and that. And they came across all kinds of business, and then they shut that down. So they pulled the show because it was full of truth. Yeah, I think that's probably the case, Debbie. That's my personal opinion. I don't know that to be true. I do know that one of the reasons I really like the show is because they did talk a lot about missing and murdered Indigenous women with like the red handprint over the face, and they talked about that, and they were trying to like really get that out there in like national news about like how these Native women go missing, and like nobody does anything. We've had numerous people, like there's people that I've known my whole life, and they just go missing. They just disappear one day. They were over here at so-and-so's house, and they were going home, and they never made it. And they just left their 4 kids and their husband. And then they just try to make it out to be like, oh, they just left. I don't think that's what happened. They found one girl strapped into a pickup. This is my cousin's wife. At the Newtown Bridge, she was strapped in the passenger side of the pickup truck, and they drove it off the cliff into the water. She'd been missing for like, I think it was like 2 months she'd been missing. And she had 4 kids. They had 4 kids. And she was married to one of my cousins. And then after this happened, so he kind of went off the rails and he got into drugs. He went to prison, and like 2 days after he got out of prison, they killed him and burned his house down. He died. My aunts now have all 4 of the kids. 2 of the kids have been murdered. And they're all under the age of 10. Girls. We have big billboards around here with the girls' photos on them asking for information. Women are still just prey. That's terrible. It is terrible. And those are just people that I'm related to. That's just people I know, and then so it's just crazy. So I don't know. I just think that the awareness on this show was really good, and then they cut it, and I was like, why are they cutting it? It makes interesting stuff, Any hootie, not to get all into that today. I watched a show about Native women disappearing on PBS. Yeah. Well, there is different laws. That's why it happens a lot more, is because there is different laws and there's different police. And the Native police, the BIA, they don't like when these things happen, they don't get a lot of cooperation. Unless it's murder, but it's not murder if you don't have a body. So missing people is not murder, and murder is the only time that the FBI gets involved with the BIA on the reservation. Otherwise, because the reservation is a sovereign nation, they have their own government, their own police force, and the white cops are not even allowed on the reservation. Like, they have to stop at the reservation line. They have no jurisdiction. So, unless it's FBI. And the only way the FBI gets involved is unless it's murder. And it's not murder if you don't have a body. So, that's kind of how it happens. It's not great. This got deep. Yeah. I know. So, anyways, all that to say this, I think it's just something we should be aware of anyway. I liked the show that they were showing, and I do think that there's a lot of stuff that goes on up here. Like some people just think like, oh, this is the Midwest and things are whatever. It can get pretty Western up here in the Midwest. Like it can get pretty Western. Yeah. That's very depressing. Well, and a lot of times, like, they push for this stuff, the type of stuff that, adds in. Like, North Dakota is a Republican state. So, of course, they're pushing for, like, more oil and more jobs. And that's more business. Like, that's, part of it. Those problems that we discussed, they all come with that, So, it's like, well, yeah, they do have a lot of things up here. Like when the oil boom did hit really big, they did have a lot of like there would be like billboards and there would be a lot of TV commercials and like things on the radio telling women like, hey, don't go by yourself to these places. Like they were even saying like, don't go to Walmart by yourself. Don't go at night. Don't go by yourself to Walmart, and definitely don't go at night because there's people who are like couldn't find places to live or couldn't afford places to live who were like sleeping in the Walmart parking lots and these like campers, and they'd like snatch women up out of the parking lot, and things like that. And they were aware because they were trying to spread awareness about it. The DOJ removed a page from the MMIW from their website 2 days ago. They've been removing all kinds of things over there at the DOJ. That I'm not real happy about. Park law enforcement can go into the Blackfoot Reservation. They are federal. Yeah, so federal cooperation. That makes sense. Yeah, it's hard. You just have to be aware, I mean, like. Mm-hmm. But I mean, that's the thing. It's like what's good and what's not good. Like obviously, having more people come and having the population grow and businesses grow and people making money and creating jobs. It's like, yeah, that's good. But there's always kind of like a seedy underbelly. I mean, for most things probably, and probably in most places, but it just is like, I don't know. To me, it kind of feels a little bit like there's not enough because it's like wide open here, like wide open space here. And there's like not enough law enforcement. And then the law enforcement that they have, arguably, as we've discussed since I've moved back to North Dakota, about all the people they've busted in law enforcement for doing sexually related issues to inmates, children, in the public. What was it? Like there was numerous stories we followed this summer since I moved back to North Dakota. The sheriffs, the deputies, the people working at the prison, numerous people been arrested for sexual misconduct with inmates, with children. Those one people were at the pool doing things in front of kids they shouldn't have been doing. Like craziness. I don't know. Sucks. Anyway, this is taking a not so great turn because life sucks sometimes. I don't know. I think all we can do is just be aware and then try to teach like the people around us to be aware as well. That's like all we can do. Yeah. Makes you want to move to North Dakota, doesn't it though? Doesn't it though? I don't know. It's just really weird. I just always think it's weird because like sometimes I imagine myself living in like a big place, like maybe in like, well, I mean, and I've lived in some bigger places. Like I lived in Denver. I lived in Corpus Christi, Texas. I lived in North Carolina. I lived in Vegas. Here's the thing. I'd much rather live in Vegas than live in the middle of the oil boom in North Dakota. I was not afraid at all living in Vegas. Not at all. Because they have police and they're there all the time. You don't always see them because a lot of them are undercover. But, I mean, they're around, you know? And I don't know. It's just weird. And then I think, like, well, what if I moved to, like, New York or something? And I just think it's kind of funny because people just always think like, oh, it's just the Midwest and you just live in the country and your little country bumpkin. And I'm like, there's a lot of shit going on over here. Like, don't get it twisted. I think it's that way everywhere, though. I mean, there can be seedy people everywhere, you know. Oh yes, I will be protecting myself and my family. Absolutely, 100%. Because I also did grow up in the country. with I think we started shooting guns when we were like 8. So I'm like, yeah, no, I don't mess around with that. I don't own a gun because I don't think that I want that for me. So I don't do that. But you know, it is what it is. Anywhooty. Okay, today I'm stalling. I gotta get off this internet. I gotta get going on my, I got these couple Christmas orders left to do. There's like, I want to say like 4, maybe. And then I have a couple of orders. Things here never get told. It's a tourist town. Yeah, that's another thing, Miranda. You have Jefferson and Lily. That is true. That's why I stay in New York, Gloria says. So yeah, I'm going to start working on that stuff. It shouldn't take me long. I'm going to run to the post office. It'll be early post office day, which is good because it's actually kind of warm out today. So that's good. And then I'm going to run over to the other post and try to get all my mail out of there. That's my plan. Do I have anything to report besides that? I don't think so. Today's Thursday. I'm going to be working on the SKU list. And then, no, that's everything. That's all I got. This girl's be buying my hair sticks. Yes, they're also a weapon. 100%. 100%, Rosanna, because did you know that they outlawed that little kitty cat thing? You know that little kitty cat thing, keychain that you put on your keys, but you can stick your hand in there and it's like a little pokey thing, and you can do pokey business with it. They outlawed that. They said you can't have that, it's illegal. Which again, why are we doing that? Oh my goodness. Anywho, so yeah, that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to have some snacks, and then I'm going to get going on my shipping. I hope you all have a lovely, spectacular, amazing beading day today. Stay safe. Head over to the Facebook if you feel the need, and let us know what you're working on. And I'll be back in the morning for things and stuff. Well, hopefully if YouTube lets me on. I'll work on that too. All right, guys. Have a good day.